On this day in 1967, Celtic beat Racing Club of Argentina 1-0 in the World Club Championship. Celtic's series of matches against Racing Club of Argentina for the Intercontinental Championship eventually degenerated into an orgy of thuggishness that was dealt with in Gerald McNee's Story of Celtic, published in 1978 in a chapter headed Cry with Shame, Argentina. The first match, at Hampden on the 18th of October 1967, was a culture shock for Celtic, but proved merely a foretaste of what awaited them in South America. Amusingly, Shearer Borthwick wrote of the Racing players in the Evening Times on the 18th of October. The Racing Club have yet to show their hand on the field. Off the field, they have won nothing but praise as modest, quiet, well-behaved and likeable people. They would give the lie to that very quickly at Hampden. Celtic were unchanged from the side that had scored 16 goals in their previous 3 outings, lining up Simpson, Craig, Gemmell, Murdoch, McNeil, Clark, Johnston, Lennox, Wallace, Auld, Hughes. Racing tested the Spanish referee out in the opening minutes and found him very much to their liking. Bertie Auld remembered in his biography, A Boy Named Bertie, written with Alex Gordon. Within minutes of the kick-off at Hampden, our opponents set out their stall. They weren't even going to camouflage the fact they were out to nail Jinky. He was clearly marked down as our main threat, and we all took a sharp intake of breath when Juan Rulli sent the wee man flying with as crude a challenge as you would ever wish to see. Making it even worse, Oscar Martin came in from behind and looked as though he was attempting to volley our winger over the Hampden stand. Jinky rolled around in genuine agony after this double dunt, and we looked at the referee, wondering if he was going to offer our colleague any protection. We're still waiting. He didn't even admonish either of the Racing Club culprits, and you could see them glancing at each other and their teammates. They knew the referee was weak, and by God did they abuse us for the rest of the evening. If the match official had taken strict action there and then, we might have had a football game. He failed lamentably and miserably in his duties, and that was the signal for the Argentines to indulge in the dark arts of football. They knew that side of the business all right. Some match reports make only oblique references to Racing's thuggery, but Ger Henderson in the Evening Times of the 19th of October could barely conceal his disgust. If this was a typical example of South American football, I don't want to see it again, ever. The evil-tempered men of the Racing Club had little that endeared them to Scottish hearts. They kicked everything that was not growing on the Hampden pitch. They punched like boxing champions whenever they thought they were on the blind side of an astonishingly lenient Spanish referee, and they placed their blows, both above and below the belt, in places they would do most damage to Celtic players and good to themselves. Even worse than the kicks and punches was the spitting. Jimmy Johnston's hair was matted with spittle in the dressing room, both at half-time and full-time, and there was barely a Celtic player not carrying an injury of some description. Celtic at least took a win to Argentina, Billy McNeil, as he so often did in vital games, scoring with a towering header from a John Hughes corner. As he fought his way through to the ball, he took a blow to the face that left him with a black eye afterwards. They might have won 3-0 if Willie Wallace had not missed 2 decent chances in the first half, but this would have made no difference to the eventual outcome. The ties were not decided on aggregate, but on points. Celtic had 2 points for the win, and a draw in Argentina would have won the cup by 3 points to 1. Goal difference would make no difference, and a win apiece meant a play-off regardless of the winning margin in each tie. The Celtic players showed commendable restraint, refusing to rise to the blatant and brutal provocation. But sadly, even they had their limits, as finally would become apparent in the play-off match in Uruguay on the 4th of November.